War in Israel rages on. Good evening, I'm Joe Allgood.
And I'm Carolyn Kimball. Welcome to Newswaves. President Biden delivered his first official remarks on the conflict today, confirming Americans are among the hostages held by Hamas. Reporter Abby Wilt joins us live from the Chabad Jewish Center in Malibu, where the community is gathering in support. Abby?
Thanks, Carolyn. Yeah, I'm here in front of the Chabad in Malibu, where in about 30 minutes, the Jewish community here is hosting a gathering of unity, support, and prayer. And they're holding this space in order for the Jewish community to come together and stand shoulder to shoulder in support of the victims of Israel.
A war following a brutal attack on Israel leaves students from Israel studying in the U.S. stunned.
Current shock situation, and it's really hard for me to get out of it. My mind is there.
Hamas, a Palestinian militant group occupying Gaza, launched a coordinated attack on Israel Saturday morning, so far killing at least 900 people, including 14 Americans.
This is a very, very dire and complicated situation.
And now, President Biden confirms Hamas terrorists are holding Israelis and Americans hostage.
It's very cruel of them to kidnap people and hurt them.
Here in Malibu and all over the world, Jewish people are in a state of grief and fear.
Very upsetting and a very hard, difficult time.
Especially those directly affected.
Thanks God, all of them are okay and they're safe.
Nada is from Israel and is studying at Pepperdine's Caruso School of Law. She has family spread out throughout the small country.
Cannot imagine how they feel if they're hostage in Gaza and they cannot run away because they will be murdered.
And can't go a minute without thinking about them.
It's really stressful.
Experts explain the complexity of the war.
Israel's conflicts are always complex,
prompting questions this time about whether Hamas acted alone.
Iran is the mastermind of this.
Leaving few options.
Is going to have to go into Gaza and has no choice, literally, but to annihilate Hamas.
Back here at home, the Malibu City leaders
I'd like to ask that we adjourn in support of the people in Israel.
And everyone is thinking of the people caught in the war in Palestine and Israel.
And I'm here now with Sol, who is originally from Israel, who now lives in London and is visiting Malibu for the weekend. This is obviously a very tragic weekend for you to be away from home, especially. What's kind of going on in your head right now?
I cannot really think about anything but the horrific events that took the life of more than 1,000 Israelis, fellow countrymen, on last Saturday. It is really difficult for me, if not impossible, to comprehend the magnitude of this atrocity. Equally, I'm very furious that the Israeli army was not capable, due to all kinds of reasons, to stop Hamas and other terrorists entering Gaza, breaching the sophisticated fence and killing at will. I keep thinking all the time about 260 young women and men who were cruelly murdered during that peace festival. How absurd it sounds, a peace festival 2 kilometers away from the border with Gaza, and they have been butchered without anybody to defend them. So ask me how I feel at the moment. I feel numb. I cannot really believe that such a thing could happen. In Israel, we are used to the killing of a handful of people from time to time. We are accustomed even to waves of suicide bombings in which a few dozen of people were killed. But we are talking now about 1,000, if not more, casualties who were murdered on one single day. It's excruciatingly painful.
Yeah, it is for sure, and I'm really sorry about everything you're going through. Is there anything that you think the United States can do to help Israel right now?
I think America is doing quite enough for Israel. The speech that President Biden delivered today was robust and strong. This is something that I would expect from a superpower like America. Israel does not need military equipment. It does not need military aid. It needs moral and political support. The nations of the democratic world should be mobilized in order to understand that in the face of international terrorism, there are no boundaries. It is Israel today and other countries tomorrow. The Americans have experienced that on 9/11. And we keep saying all the time what happened last Saturday is 3 times 9/11 given the side of the Israeli population. So the Americans are really behind the Israelis, and everybody is extremely grateful for that.
Well, again, we're really, really sorry for everything you're going through, and thank you so much for being here with me today, and I wish you a safe trip home.
Thank you for having me on this junction.
And we'll send it back to you in the studio.